has sparked an entire meme of hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself. However, this mysterious suicide is also heavily connected to the Clinton serial killers. For one, it is well documented that Bill Clinton flew on Jeffrey Epstein's private jet to the Virgin Islands, Pedophile Island, at least 26 times, according to one flight manifest from one of Epstein's many pilots. Bill Clinton is in Jeffrey Epstein's personal black book, as documented by the New York Times. At one point, Mr. Epstein's personal phone book, which was submitted as an exhibit in a court case against Mr. Epstein and was published by BuzzFeed in 2015, contained more than 20 numbers, emails, and addresses to get in touch with Mr. Clinton, most of them listed under Mr. Doug Band's name. Bill Clinton is a documented guest of Jeffrey Epstein's Orgy Island, clarified in court. And were all of you staying at Jeffrey Epstein's house on the island, including Bill Clinton? Scorolla asked. That's correct, she responded. He had about 4 or 5 different villas on his island, separate from the main house, and we stayed in the villas. Photos such as this one showing Bill Clinton getting an early massage from Shantae Davis before jumping on the Lolita Express would indicate that yes, Bill Clinton is down for Epstein's famous massages. There's even a strange painting that Jeffrey Epstein had up in his Manhattan residence depicting the former President Bill Clinton in a blue dress.
Some breaking news right now. Disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein has taken his own life while he was behind bars here in New York City. Epstein was facing sex trafficking charges. NBC News investigative correspondent Tom Winter now has the very latest. Tom, what more do we know?
The Epstein didn't kill himself. Hashtag Epstein didn't kill himself meme became the most viral meme of the year 2019. And people often associated his murder with the Clinton serial killing family. Everyone was not surprised by this news, and immediately the official narrative of what took place started to fall apart at the seams. They stated that 2 different cameras broke, for instance, which then, with the official narrative falling apart and everyone already expecting this to happen beforehand, led to the meme of, and the meme took off, became the meme of the year for 2019, as I said, and it became a game to try to hide Epstein did not kill himself into ways to wake up the mainstream sheeple public.
Absolutely. If I could I throw a PSA out real quick?
Real quick.
Just the remarkable nature of these dogs and them being highlighted in the news creates a huge demand by people that frankly shouldn't have them. If you see the coverage and you decide I want one of these dogs, either buy a finished trained, fully trained and finished dog from a professional, or just don't get one at all. And Epstein didn't kill himself.
And the reason memes work is because memes, much like comedy, rely on truth.
Hey, my name is Tommy Del Vecchio de Benedetto, and I was Jerry Epstein's security guard at the Metropolitan Detention Center. A lot of people online are trying to pin this on the fucking Clintons. Let me tell you, man, they're good fucking people. They love this guy. They visited him 3 times this week in the middle of the fucking night because they didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Because they're fucking humble. You should have seen Hillary Clinton. When she saw him, it was like a fucking dog that had just, when their owner's in Iraq and he comes back, she just fucking lunged at him. She went right for him. I had to fucking pull her off him. She was so fucking excited. They fucking loved each other.
And the memes would not work if there was not truth behind them. As Dr. Michael Baden would come out and explain, it does seem that Jeffrey Epstein was murdered.
During an interview on Fox & Friends Wednesday morning, Dr. Michael Baden said the evidence uncovered during Epstein's autopsy deserves more investigation. Baden is a well-respected forensic pathologist who was hired by Epstein's brother.
But the key reason Dr. Baden thinks Jeffrey Epstein's death might be a homicide is because of the unusual fractures he saw in Epstein's neck.
There were fractures of the left, the right, thyroid cartilage, and the left hyoid bone.
This is an autopsy photo of Epstein's broken hyoid bone, a U-shaped bone that sits under the jaw that part of the tongue attaches to. The thyroid cartilage sits at the front of the neck.
I have never seen 3 fractures like this in a suicidal hanging.
And Dr. Michael Baden joins us. Good morning, Dr. Baden. Thanks for being here.
Good morning.
You observed the entire 4-hour autopsy of Jeffrey Epstein.
I did.
What stood out to you the most in that?
What stood out to me the most was that the ligature mark was made after a few hours. He'd been dead for a few hours at the time he was discovered. And that there were multiple fractures of the Adam's apple, the thyroid cartilage, and the thyroid and the hyoid bone that are more indicative of a homicidal strangulation than a